So we're into September now, and I don't know if I'm excited or worried or a bit of both about what I'm going to do to this. This is a Cryptomeria japonica, and I hadn't planned on having this in the garden, but I saw it in the garden centre, and Monty's wise words were that if you see anything with japonica in, it's fine for a Japanese garden. Now I've just let this grow and it's brilliant. You can see it's spongy sort of needly flowers. It's almost like rosemary, and it's tiered up, but it's starting to get bushy and it needs a bit of a prune, and I want to do some cloud pruning on it. Now cloud pruning, sometimes people make wavy like S-shaped tree things, but what I want to do is just have this one go straight up and then little blocks, little puffy clouds on the side. So as with most pruning, you start with removing the dead branches and any crossing branches, anything turning back on itself, anything going parallel, and go from there. So if I make a mistake, it's fine, it's grow back, and if it's devastating, that's also fine, because we can replace it. I think people worry about making mistakes in life, but it's fine to make mistakes, and even drastic ones in the garden. You can just rip it out and buy a new one, so don't be scared. I'm just telling myself this as much as telling you. So what have we got here? We've got these ratchet secateurs, big heavy branches. These Japanese ones from Niwaki for more finer stuff. Now I find these a bit too difficult to handle because they are quite wide and springy. I haven't quite got to grips with those yet. And then for final shaping, some nice big shears. But for starters, we'll go through and see what's dead and dying and anything needs to come off. Well, the good news, everything seems to be all right. Having looked in here, you can see how tall it's grown. And it's starting to rub against this rubber collar, so that's got to come out and move further up. One bonus of that is actually it's holding this branch horizontal, which is kind of what you want with cloud pruning. You tie these down so you have nice layers to it. So the first thing is to take that out and maybe move the stake because it's starting to rub. So let's get that done. You can see I've taken the stake away. It's just smoothing the bark out, but it's not too bad. The tree's in pretty good health, so what I'm going to do next is remove, hang on, I'm looking really dark there, that's better, is remove some of the growth from the bottom of the stem. The stem's really good, it's sort of this papery bark, just to give some air around here and so you can see some of this. That's the first job. And these ratchet secateurs will do a good job. There we go. You can hear them scissoring. How far to take it? That's always the thing with pruning, how far to take it. Slowly and look back, I think, and see what it looks like. So next I want to platform the tree, so have like platform, platform, platform. So it involved a lot of looking around from each side and see what could come out. I think I need to take, you see I've got a branch here, there we go, branch here and a branch up here, and then one's over here. It's tricky. We're going to take this one out, it's quite a strong one, or this weak one out. And then this one's got this one down here low, so that platform go together, that platform might go together, so this one comes out. There we go. Moment of truth. It looks alright. That means this one has to come out. So then we have step, step, step. You can start to see the main platform structures of the tree now as we go. It's like going up a lift, isn't it? It's harder at the top where it's bushier, so we have to get in there and dig around, so we might have to wait till that grows up and elongates. You can see it better from the other side. There we go. You can see the bare trunk down the bottom. We've got our platforms there. So the next thing I want to do is just trim around the bases a bit, clear out some of the foliage in there, and just see if we can start making these little bushy bits at the end. See, there's quite a lot has come off. These are the main branches. I'd say about 50% of the branches have come out now, and it's looking more airy. It's looking Makes the garden look mature because it looks like you've got a tree here now rather than a bush. So I'm pretty pleased with it so far. It can only go wrong from here. So what I'm doing now is just trimming back the foliage, so we've got the clusters on the end. I'm just using the secateurs as a guide to how much to cut, so it'll be the same all the way up. So I've cut back to here. I'm going to take these out now. So you see I've cleared some of it back towards the trunk and less as I've gone up towards the top. So this has only got a couple of centimeters off. I'm not sure about where to take these ones out to form a platform, so I am just going to leave those and see how it grows and then take those out later. So that's looking better. Next thing to do is to take off any branches that are hanging down. So I've got branches, leaves and things. Down here I've got some that are hanging down, so this should start to form our platform now. So I'm going to just work my way around and trim that out. Well, now I've tied it up underneath here, it's getting a bit flatter, which is quite nice. A couple of ways to do it: you just lift it up and see what's growing down, and then you plonk it back down and see anything that you've missed. So now what I want to do is just shape the ends. We'll see how we go with that, and then it should be done. I'm pretty pleased. I might not have a 6-year internship with a Japanese gardener, but that's not looking too bad. I think kind of Japanese, goes well with the Zen garden. And the other view around here, you can start to see it. It layers up a bit, it's less bushy, starting to look a bit more Japanese. I'm quite pleased. We'll see how that one goes. And it's kind of a dry run as well for the big, more important plant, the maple, which I've got to start pruning in winter when it drops its leaves. So we'll see if that's as successful as that one. Thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been fun. That's not scary at all. But that's pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that.